Thanks, Kareem. Most of the border crossers accused of beating up Texas National Guardsmen in a riot last month were released on their own recognizance Sunday. How does that make people in this country any safer?
So I have to refer you to Department of Justice and DHS on that particular reporting. I will say this, as the event unfolded, the Border Patrol was able to act quickly and get the situation under control and apprehend the migrants. And we were grateful that the Border Patrol was able to do their job. Look, there is a challenge at the border, right? Our immigration system has been broken for decades, even before this president became president, obviously, more than 3 years ago. And this president, a couple months ago, worked with the Senate in a bipartisan fashion to get a negotiation done, right? And what we saw is from the last president, President Trump, told Republicans in Congress not to move forward with this negotiation, this agreed plan, this agreed proposal, because it would help Joe Biden. That's what was reported by some of you. And we can actually deal with this. We can actually deal with what we're seeing. And because they didn't move forward, right, because they didn't move forward with this proposal, because of the last president, and because they put politics ahead of the American people, we are seeing chaos. And so we want to get this done. We did. We worked with Congress to get this done, to deal with the challenges at the border. President Trump got in the way, and because President Trump got in the way, Republicans are now getting in the way.
So does President Biden wish that Republicans in Congress would help him make a law that made it easier to deport people?
What the president wants to see is he wants congressional Republicans to move forward with a bipartisan border security agreement. A bipartisan border security agreement that was supported by the Border Patrol Union, U.S. Chamber of Commerce, something that we don't see nowadays. And we were able to get that done. What the president wants to see is that being passed. He wants congressional Republicans to not put politics first, to put majority of Americans want us to deal with this issue. That's what the president wants to see.
Totally different topic. How worried do Americans need to be about squatters?
About squatters?
About squatters. There's a lot of stories out there. Homeowners are showing up at places that they own where the locks have been changed. Some squatter has moved in and the homeowner has no rights. Does President Biden think that is right?
So if my understanding is that this is obviously a local issue. We are certainly tracking that issue. The rights of property owners and renters must be protected. And we believe that, ultimately, what needs to happen is the local government needs to make sure that they address this and they take action. And so everyone in their community in this country wants the same thing, right? They all want the same thing. They want their families to be safe, and that's what we want as well. We want to make sure that Americans and their families feel safe.
In Florida, there's a new law where victims of squatting can call the cops and have the squatters removed. Would President Biden support something like that?
I'm not going to get into hypotheticals from here. What I can say is that ultimately this is a local issue, and it is critical that local governments take action to address it. Again, everybody wants the same thing. They want to feel safe in their communities. That's what they want. We certainly are tracking these stories.
Great.